Hi guys, it is time for my monthly. Basically, is your ex coming back? It is usually due end of the first week each month. So this is our November and the first week of December. These are actually the cards from a different deck. I actually do have exactly the same cards in this deck, and I have developed this spread that I called Cat Tarot Knows or X spread, but it also can apply to actually current on and off relationships and sometimes tricky relationships. When I do the private reading, if you're in a relationship, I kind of like use this King of Wands versus Knight of Wands, and I use generic Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands for a reason. So I'm going to spend just a minute to explain this category. So don't start telling me, oh, you're having the same in the same video. Yes, I actually do, because these are just titles of the book that I want to figure out for each sign what's happening this particular month. So the very first category, the Magician. The Magician is the creator, right? This category number one is a starter category. Is this relationship a starter? You know that maybe you want it, but sometimes just circumstances or people are against us. Maybe, you know, we live in different cities. Maybe, you know, temptation is just too much. Maybe family is against it. Maybe we just never find time to see each other. That this is all going to show up in this category. So even if this says you guys are good to go and you will have a happy relationship, if you don't see each other, it just simply kind of like fade away. So this is kind of relationship that's going, this is kind of category that's going to explore that. Then I have here Temperance reversed. And it's purposely reversed because in the upright position, Temperance is talking about patience, and for every relationship we need patience, even though they are selling us and they fell in love and that kind of stuff. Okay, let me be a little bit skeptical about that, right? It happens to all of us. We all crave that, but we do know that something that kind of like turns into flame really quickly also really quickly kind of like fades away. So Temperance talks about merging two very different liquids together, talks about alchemists, talks about seeing this vision for these two people creating their own kingdom, right? The angel. Now, when Temperance is reversed, something is not gelling. Something is not right. Either it's not the right person, or it's not the right time, or it's not the right place, or just not the right circumstances. So these two categories, as you can see, are very important, and they are circumstantial. Then it's going to be about you and about your partner, whether you are in a relationship or not. Even though Queen of Wands generally talks about fire signs and King of Wands talk about fire signs, in this particular readings, I am just dedicating this to be you. Why? Because if we have any issues in relationship, we always have to take few steps back, sometimes all the way back to dating, sometimes kind of like really figuring out, okay, so what do I want to do and how do I really want to, you know, seduce this person all over again. I want him to see me with fresh eyes, or I want her to see me as powerful and important. So hence we kind of take on this role of Queen of Wands for ladies, or role of Knight of Wands, or King of Wands for gentlemen. So King of Wands is slower than Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the one who will chase you and eventually is going to settle in for King of Wands. So that's kind of the difference. And Eight of Wands is generally love arrows and communication and the energy card, right? It goes literally, you can see the arrows of love flying in this direction. So I really want to see what's happening here. Is this combination proper? Because sometimes we read into things that other persons say and we create our own reality, or maybe this reality doesn't exist. So it's just going to here tell me in this category what the partner thinks about you or what she thinks about you, and here kind of like how is this communication flowing, if at all. Now this is my karma card. I have 4 karma cards. The karmic cards that I designate as karmic cards are Judgment, Justice, Ace of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. There is a reason for all of them. In this particular card, it's kind of really important for me to see kind of like the emotions from the past that are currently kind of like being looked upon. So this is simply just, again, if you're getting blessings in this relationship, if things from the above looked upon kind of like are favorable, it's kind of like it's not really your will, but it is something that basically depends on kind of like really higher level of thinking. And this card, for Wands, which is my relationship, next level, long term, going to the next stage card, is going to tell me about the quality of your relationship. So this is kind of in short description. So hopefully you listen through it, because now I'm going to just jump in and I'm going to just roll out the cards and we can go with that. Okay, so talk to you soon. Hi Virgo, welcome to your Is Your Ex Coming Back for November and early December. Just to preface the reading, and this is general, so it can apply in its entirety, or it could be tidbits here and there, which is normal. For your private reading and your personal energy and vibrations, please contact me at www.cattarot.ca. Alright, so let's just jump in. The very first category, what is in your toolbox, is some sense of victory. This is also attraction card, and I'm talking about these first 10 days from this reading. So if this is like from the 6th to the 16th, so be it. If you're watching this on a day of release, if not, this is the very first 10 days ahead of you that you are actually tuning in. So this talks about feeling kind of like on the horse, feeling victorious. It's like sort of like when we get a break in life, when we feel, oh, all this hard work was done for, you know, something, I can see it. Keep in mind that sometimes when you're on top, the others want to knock you down, so enjoy it, but don't rest on laurels, as they say, right? So this is generally a good card, really good card to address relationships. However, the only caveat is like kind of goes into conquering territory. So what needs to be glued here? Ouch, 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 ouch. Whew. This is a sneaky card. This is, oh my gosh, I'm just grabbing what I can do, and I'm using you for this or that, and whatever you can give it to me, I'll take it. And that definitely needs repair. Maybe reading the two of them, this is simply going in a bad direction. Maybe somebody just wants sex and kind of doesn't have any consideration about the other person's feelings. And this is kind of like simply, I guess, wrong, especially if they know the other person kind of has completely different attitude toward that. So let's see how you are seen over here. Wow. The Chariot reverse, look, it's another 7. 7s are really spiritual. This card in particular that comes after 6, which is the Lovers card, and Lovers talks about choice and saying, where are you going to go? Are you going to stay where you are with this beautiful woman, or are you going to go and conquer more things? So I said, oh, well, let me go. I can come back. So here it is like about conquering temptations and conquering bad things and kind of like still moving forward. This can be also a card of a travel. Now, when this is reversed, this tells me that there is like mistrust, polarization between you and a partner, that you maybe don't want to go further with this. Even though you're listening to this reading, you are still very affected with this sneaky behavior, right? So maybe like you and your partner on two opposite sides of an issue. Maybe like a partner just wants sex and you kind of like want more because this is working on your own inner personality, and maybe you don't see the point of being with this person because you're simply investing time in something that's not going to grow. So let's see the communication. Wow, The justice reversed. Something really feels unjust, out of balance, violated, and we can see that. Somebody really took advantage either of you, or maybe you got these words that you're taking advantage of them. But I think somebody kind of imposed their own will. It's like when you deal with people who refuse to grow up, or who just refuse to be, you know, mature in conversation, and just like push down whatever they want. And I generally kind of like, whenever I notice that in people, I kind of delete their number. I don't want to communicate with them unless absolutely necessary, meaning in a business situation. And then it's going to be in small spoons, tiny amounts, just like a poison. And I'm going to minimize their basically infiltration in my life. So if you're letting somebody like this so close to you, you have to be very careful, because they can affect your karma, right? As far as them, oh my gosh, they've forgotten to tell you something, right? They've forgotten to tell you that they are with somebody else. They've forgotten to tell you that they're with somebody else, and this is really, really serious. You see, Nine of Wands, as explained in my reading, becomes King of Wands once when you settle in a relationship. But when King of Wands is reversed, that somebody's telling you all the stories about the marriage and relationship, and maybe how great they are, and what kind of great kind of like contribution, and how you're not in their league, but somehow they're with you. Meanwhile, they have a husband or wife or children or a girlfriend who is way more important. They kind of disappear in the evenings or on weekends. It's simply a manipulator of the worst kind. Somebody who is really sexy. Somebody who kind of like really kind of gives you this air of, you're so important to me, but they're just doing simply because they can. And they haven't been caught. And they really don't go deep in emotions with people, so even if you drop them, they kind of just move on. And this is why it feels justice is not served. But when this karma card comes out, this is also a warning. Look, you shouldn't be taking this in your own hands. Kind of like this feeling stuck, not that you're not going anywhere with this person. This is just fine, because from what I'm seeing, this is really going nowhere. You see, Judgment is saying, hey, there is a third person. You cannot build a project with this person. They're like actually undermining any kind of like foundations of a solid relationship here. And there is like leaving. I think it will be you guys. It will be, look, yeah, I do love you. I do care for you. There were kind of moments we experienced, but it must be something better. If you're the best I can do, you know, that's kind of like sucks. So I at least have to give myself a chance to kind of like move on, and kind of seeing what else I can learn and who else I can meet. So let's go in the next 10 days, which would be either from the 26th to, from the 16th to the 26th, or any other two, basically 10 days that you are seeing. So this is saying, well, it's a soulmate card here. This person is definitely not a soulmate. I will tell you this right off the bat. So one of you here is really, really trying to focus on a possibly positive aspects of this union. Maybe this could mean somebody else is showing up. Let's see, because there is like this walking away, and it's only when we close one door that the other one opens. So we will see how this turns out. Yeah, what needs to be repaired is the truth. There is no truth. Look at this. The swords are coming out in this category, saying, look, you cannot handle the situation. You cannot deal with this unless you really know and put the facts on the table. Knight of Swords is like, look, just like justice. Something hasn't been served. Maybe you're not, this is saying, look, don't strike back, but this is not to say that you cannot ask your questions and see if you get this evasiveness, or you get a straightforward answer. So by the way, if somebody does answer your question, try to outspeak you, try to interrupt you, delete their number, move on. And there is this healing taking place, guys. The star is like finally getting back that feeling that, look, you can walk on water. that you're again looking up. This nakedness is that she's finding her own truth and your own values, and kind of pouring this knowledge. It's like kind of understanding of issues that are going forward. Really good. You're going to probably enlist help from your friends, from your community therapist, and kind of like move in a very positive direction. So see, this is number 17, so it's 1 and 7. So we have those 7s here. 7s generally suggest needing to be alone, because this relationship is actually done for a reason, and that's maybe why we have a karma card. It is a karmic connection, meaning one of you wrote each other in the karmic contract. You can check my karma readings, are really amazing to let you know why you meet this kind of people. And this person actually pushes you back to the path that you're supposed to walk. And you see, you kind of strayed away, and now you're walking back to your path. There is a divorce. For those of you guys who are married and this is a husband or it's somebody else's husband, you're going to learn that, you know, this relationship with this person is not going to work out. You really need to pay attention to yourself over here. This also again could mean that somebody's just telling you things that are so wrong. You're just like blatantly lying and sort of like do as I say but not do as I do, or no, I didn't do it, somebody lied to you. So you will actually really have instincts. That's why you have the Chariot, because you have been mulling this over for a while. As far as them, they need to figure out who they are. It's actually a really good card for them. It looks like you might be actually walking away, and generally people like that are, I'm sorry to say, sort of garbage, right? Like, I mean, come on, how can you see another person suffering and just like poo-pooing on this as if this is kind of like you don't care. Like, do you really want to make another human being or animal or anything suffer? And why? Who the heck are you? So it looks like you shook them down with possibly having a very healthy approach to this. You didn't go in a blame game and blame games like you did that and you did that. Or the positive approach is like, I need this. I need a partner who is honest. I need a partner who is not going to interrupt me when I speak. I need a partner who is not going to harm me when I tell you this kind of hurts me and you do exactly that. So I statements are always positive in communication. And they're going to be put on notice. This is also your card, guys. You literally, so you are the one they wrote in their chart, most likely. You are pushing them back. So they are maybe walking away. But you did leave them thinking. You left an impact. Look at this, the High Priestess, big impact. This is kind of secrets, and they're kind of faced with their own truth, and it's like really learning on this experience. They are kind of getting the taste of their basically music and kind of pulling it in. The Hermit is a good card in a sense that you need to figure out who you are. And looks like they seem to be, oh, I'm such a player, I'm so hot, I'm so this and so this, and just completely creating a whole bunch of collateral damage. Just imagine if you are their wife or husband, that would be really bad. And look, these two cards are kind of relatives. Both of them are connecting to the moon. As you can see, moon always talks about shadows, not really having a 20/20 vision, because things kind of appear different. And maybe, again, maybe the person did kind of spend some time inside trying to get to the core of the issue, but still went back with, or tried and true, kind of like BS, you know, trying to throw the things that are sort of mudding the issue or covering the issue. And so let's see the last 10 days, or that would be, let's say, from the end of the month to the, let's say, 10th of December. So we have the Sun here, which is really good. It's about celebrations, and it is basically marriages and commitments. So kind of like, you see, two of you, and I think this is maybe why you're suffering, are actually a really good fit. But this person is not living to their expectations in life. So Like, I mean, how many centuries do you want to spend for them to grow up? It's basically a question for you. Because there is another person. This is my card of wife. This actually could be you as well. That is in a way. And, or maybe they're failing to commit to this properly. So you are regaining stability. It is just like amazing how karmic this is. Look at these major arcanas, like 5 of them, 6, 7, 8. It is just ridiculous, like how impactful you're going to feel November. And ultimately it's saying, look guys, enjoy yourself, enjoy your money, enjoy your sense of who you are, what you accomplish up to this point. And unless you start feeling that you can have this joy with yourself and enjoy finer things in life, you know, you can really be harmed in life. So this is always good to have, even if you're in a relationship, that you really go back and solidify yourself, because we cannot expect the other people to provide us with happiness. This is actually just ridiculous. So enjoy the fruits of your labor that you did so far. And look, they are getting temperance. So they are not the right person, or it's wrong time, or it's the wrong place, or the other people who are affecting the situation. In any case, your personalities are so different at this stage. They are not going to merge, as this alchemist usually does in the upright situation. And look, you're getting judgment in judgment. Again, karma. This is a second karma card. This was a karmic connection, it looks like, especially for this individual. And it's saying, I'm putting you back on your path. Off you go. You kind of like went this way. No, this was the detour. You have to come back. So give yourself an accolade that actually this is why this is. So you are soulmate. Sorry to correct. You're actually karmic soulmate. They wrote you most likely in their chart that you are going to give them this kick and go back on the path. So as I said, for this you can get either the X reading, but you can also get karma reading. So this has to end. That suffering has to end. It's just not leading you anywhere. That means it can resurrect, but if it resurrects, has to have sneaky less, has to have clarity, has to have justice. But look at this. Why would you do that if you had to heal yourself from this person? I mean, pretty sure, unless you're really married to this person, if they were cheating on you, the trust that is violated, it's severe. You really have to ask yourself if this person will be transparent. This is like first and foremost, because if they are not, you'll just continue being unhappy. So it's just as well cut the cord and start healing. So my dear Virgo, this is for November. As I said, this is generic. Your personal could be completely different, so contact me for your personal X spread at www.cattarot.ca. Until the next time, I love you. All the best.